And this is our second episode with DM Patrick. Take it away, Patrick.
Thank you, Stephanie. Welcome, everyone, to episode 2 of The Legacy of the Crystal Shard. I am Patrick. I will be the DM for tonight. Joining me in this session.
Howdy, folks. My real name's Chris, but my folks call me Radigan Conover, and I'm just your average humble artificer making his way up to some very snowy place.
Hi everyone, I'm Tara. I will be playing Synthrin, the female silver dragonborn fighter.
And hello, I am Lorne. I'll be playing Jolkenliot, the Asimar paladin.
Greetings. I am the great Ezekiel, and I am played by Brendan.
And shit, what's my name? My name is Nabil. I'll be playing as Duma Bullstrike, a Minotaur Barbarian.
Hey everyone, this is Steve, and I'm playing the half-elf thief, Regis Nine Fingers.
Hi, I'm Ian, and I'll be playing... Got to get into character here. Fuck, what was my name?
Remember,
my name is Augustus Gustantine, the Forge Cleric.
I'm Stephanie, and I'm playing Cassandra Bowman Whitaker, divination wizard and fangirl.
And let's see how long it takes before Augustus's accent bleeds into everybody like it did last week. Speaking of last week...
What they say, how you say, very funny.
Our heroes started off in the city of Sales, Luskan, where by hook or by crook they got themselves to be attached to the last caravan heading out of town up to Bryn Shander in the Icewind Dale. They spent a night carousing before they left and have had a fairly leisurely first 11 or so days of travel through the spine of the world mountains. But they have now found themselves on the road with a trio of merchants. Helda, who is a dwarf who is off to Kelvin's cairn to sell her jewelry and wares. Aldo, who is a bit of a sad sack who has put all his lot into what he hopes is going to be one big final sale, and he's off to Goodmead to sell some supplies up to the mead makers there. And Master Pettywinkle, who is bringing spices and other medical supplies up to Bryn Shander and possibly beyond. The caravan is run by Beorn Silverstrike, and the first officer basically is a man named Rafferty, who's a bit crotchety, and his very excitable nephew, Dell. There are also 4 other hands that are on the trail with you guys, and at one particular stop, Radigan and Olisha, the gigantic Goliath female that is part of this wagon train, went off to collect water, and while doing so, stumbled across a crashed caravan wagon that had been slightly dismantled and covered up in snow. Doing a bit more exploring, you found 18 bodies in a depression near the wagon that were recognized as being merchants, some guards, some drivers, and you also found 2 goblin corpses. As the rest of the group explored nearby, you had found a set of sledge tracks heading up the eastern slope. And instead of following them, you guys backtracked to your camp, set up a night watch as you guys sat around the fires and had your dinner, just in case everything was going to be, attacked. And Olisha suspected that, looking at the evidence, it appeared to be more of a hobgoblin potential attack than goblins. The majority of the party has now passed the first night's watch, Everyone is asleep in their tents, keeping as warm as they can as the cold weather has started to blow across the mountains. And Radigan and Jalkin were the two up on the second watch. And as they were keeping watch, just at the edge of their vision, sort of peeking in the low light areas, they have spotted a pair of goblins just at the edge of the tree line. And that is where we will pick up.
Okay, great. So I am here. Where do I see goblins? Right.
can't see
over-
anything.
Up and to the left.
It's all black.
Right. That's good for me because I need to stay where the light is. And I see goblins. I very quickly reach over and grab the ladle on the soup pot and start banging it and raising the alarm.
All right. And as you do so, you see the two goblins immediately just sort of cower and drop what appears to be a sack beside them as this sound sort of goes out and clears across the camp. What's everybody else doing as you are so rudely awakened?
Do I see the goblins?
I'm
They're on the edge
pointing-
of my vision on the map, but I don't know if I see them.
Well, give me a perception check. You wouldn't immediately spot them, but you would definitely come out of your tent looking around.
14.
14. Yeah, you spy just a little bit of movement at the edge of your vision, and you can clearly see as you sort of rub your eyes and everything comes into focus and the cold kind of shocks you awake.
Do I have the presence of mind to cast a spell at them?
Well, at this point, you see that they are both just standing sort of still and quiet. Let's have everybody roll initiative.
Okay.
Oh,
man.
Well, I'm going last.
Oof.
Quiet. Their vision is based on movement.
I'm going first.
Too late.
I'm still going first.
wow, this is a bad initiative.
Yeah, wow. Oh, God. Woohoo!
Thank you, guys.
As I was trying to say, as soon as I hear the noise, I roll out of my bedroll, and I'm assuming I didn't don armor because I'm pretty sure you wouldn't let me do it. I get ready to start running out, get my armor on, and grab my weapon and go as soon as I can.
You can sleep in your armor. It's just after a couple of nights you start not getting proper rest.
Perfect. Okay, so yes, I will sleep in my armor this night because I think I would do that, considering that I know there's a possibility of attack. So if I'm allowed to do that, I will do that. So I have my
Give your
armor on,
leather
but
on.
I'm getting up and grabbing my weapon.
Steven.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Steven, if you click on your token, you can roll initiative. It will show up in the turn order.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
have it selected with a little blue
Yeah.
square around it.
Roll 20 is hilarious that way.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can edit it to get the original roll.
Are you? Do you mean the token on the map?
On the map. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Your
I'm staring at a black screen.
Oh.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's.
I don't.
Yes.
Are you a
That's
human?
weird.
On the map?
I am on the map.
You are.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Can you
Can
see
you
your
shift
token?
click them,
There you
Patrick?
go. Yeah, I
There
got
it
him.
is. Okay. Let me click
Did
on
he
it.
just not have vision assigned to his token?
There, did that work?
I'm
I'm clicking on my token.
Oh no, sorry. You click on your token, that'll select it. Then roll initiative again, and then you can correct it to the 11 that you had. You can edit it in the.
I'll just add a turn.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay.
But in the future, just there you go.
That's
Got it.
exactly where he was.
Wow.
It's not the same number, but it is the same spot in the turn order.
Okay.
Good enough.
Enough.
Hold the line.
So, first one up and out of the tent and ready to act is Cassandra. So you've heard that something is going on. What are you going to do? You are still currently in your tent.
Come on, fangirl. Save the day.
Okay, so Patrick. I. Mage armor, is that a ritual?
No. It costs you a spell slot every day to do it.
Oh. Okay, so that
And
would
it
have
lasts
been
8
like.
hours.
I know, so. Oh god. Oh god. Okay, so I am quickly going to throw a shirt on myself because, I. Deep down inside.
She learned from Winthrop's autobiography that sleeping in the nude increases your power.
Well.
Even in the subarctic, wow.
Actually, that might have some truth in the subarctic, assuming you survive it.
Well, she was thinking of that, and also, like, oh, what if a handsome rogue saves me? Like in all my secret story books, and friend fiction, and fan fiction. So she'll quickly put, like, a shift over her head and trying to make sure that her tent mate doesn't notice she's not really wearing anything. She'll peek her head out of the tent flap, and first as a bonus action, I can command my familiar to attack, right?
Your familiar can't attack.
Or give me the help action.
That it can do, yes.
Yes.
I will command my familiar to give me the help action on my firebolt, and I will just peek my head out, point at the goblin, hope it works, and then
you don't
hide.
quite know where give me a perception check first to see
I'm
if you know where the goblins are.
I can
Yeah, no,
see
it's
them.
right. It's on the edge of her vision, but she can see them.
I can see them.
If she looks in the right direction.
Okay.
I'm not saying you can't see them.
Okay.
Yeah, you pop your head out, take a look around, and you are able to catch them just off to your right.
All right, I will add this spell to my spell list in roll 20 anyway. So I roll this with advantage.
Even so, it fires wide and hits the small bush beside them, and it quickly sort of bursts into a small flame.
Oh god. And then I will hide back behind the tent.
Someone
All
is
right.
going to worship that. Mark my words.
Cithrin, you've just watched your bunkmate quickly get dressed, pop out, blast something with fire, and then sleepily sort of head back inside.
My job's done.
There's goblins outside. They're roughly that way, and I will point them out to her because I know where they are. And I think this is for you to be what do they call it? A tank.
While she's babbling, I'm just kind of nodding, and I head out in the direction she's pointing at. So, and I look in that direction? Do I see them?
Yeah, you see them.
Okay.
She pointed them out towards you. Give me a perception check.
Okie dokie.
I don't like that he keeps asking for these.
I know.
Does she get advantage because I'm helping her? I'm pointing where they are.
Well, either way.
No. What you see is, to your eye, and being someone who's been out and sort of about and has interacted with goblins, these goblins appear to be very thin, almost emaciated, and are wearing what appear to be scraps and rags of clothes that are clearly sewn together from other types of clothing.
So they seem less fortunate than most of the goblins I'm aware of.
Is that possible?
Yeah, like, basically they seem like they're going through some hard times.
They raid caravans and steal their clothes.
Haha. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm just going to move forward. I'm not going to attack. I'm going to hold my action in case they do turn hostile and come into my threat range. But I will have my axe in my hand, and I will just be hail and well met. What brings you to our camp this night? Good. Yeah, 'cause since they're looking a little bit more right than most goblins, I'm gonna just, maybe.
All right. And are you speaking common?
I think that's all I can really speak. Common and Draconic, that's it. Yeah, that's common. I doubt they know
All
Draconic.
right. And as you say that, you see the one in the back kind of nudge the one in the front, and it sort of kicks at what you can see is looks to be a sackcloth on the ground, and this goblin just sort of looks at you and is like, "We came to hopefully trade."
They
That's
want
kinda
to trade? I mean,
I just
that's not
kinda-
in the books.
I just kind of cock my eyebrow at that. If I can respond, I'll just be like, "What do you want to trade?" But it might be someone else's turn, so IDK.
It is. Now it is Regis.
Okay. Well, I'm going to take my short bow in my hand, and I guess cock the short bow with a have an arrow ready to go. And let's see. Is there any way I could sneak around them during the distraction?
Yeah, give me a stealth check.
Okay. Stealth check. Okay.
Yeah. Where would you like to move?
Let's see. Okay. So, which one was Slytherin? Who was she talking to?
Talking to that one, the one on the right.
Okay.
I was just directing my comment in their direction, and one of them chose to respond.
Is there any I can kind of make my way to the get in the cover in the kind of the woods around here?
Yeah, you'd easily be able to sort of drop back, and I mean, you move quickly into the shadow once you head back that way, and you get the sense that they were, as they were talking to Slytherin, yeah, you felt like you were able to duck back away without being.
Okay, I have my short bow kind of pointed to the leader.
All right.
And I'm not going to do anything. I don't really want any conflict, but I'll be ready if something happens.
Okay, so you're holding your action for what trigger? If they get violent, or
if they attack us, then I'm going to fire automatically at the leader.
All right. The Great Ezekiel.
All right. The Great Ezekiel is going to 120 feet. Excellent. Is going to cast dancing lights around the goblins so everybody can see, and take a few steps forward, closer to Tara's character, whose name escapes me at this point. Slytherin. Yes.
Yeah, unfortunately, not everyone's names are showing up for me.
If it is trade you want, please, do not go sneaking around in the night race.
All right. So these four lights sort of surround and shine upon them. So I put up the global illumination for everybody. So, and they just kind of duck and hunker down a little bit as this happens, and almost cower a little bit into the.
And Ezekiel will say, "Greetings, goblin friends. I am the Great Ezekiel," and take a bow, and that will be my turn.
And they look at you and kind of cock their heads sideways and kind of nod in greeting. What does the Great Ezekiel look like in the middle of the night? Do you sleep in your makeup?
Well, he's got his mask on right now.
Eyes.
He's got his mask on, and he's got all that winter clothing on. He slept in that because it's 20 below zero or whatever.
All right. Yeah, they look at you quizzically and Yeah, slowly sort of nod their heads as you. Radigan.
Okay. Radigan's going to. I'm just trying to figure out where the best lines of sight are going to be. Fortunately, there's a lot of tents in my way. Yeah, Radigan's just gonna sort of stay where he was, which I think was here. And he's gonna sort of reach down for his crossbow, and as a free action, he's going to sort of pull on those goggles that you all saw from yesterday, and cast guidance on himself. And he's gonna ready an action on any sort of ambushes from the periphery.
All right.
And that action is going to be to shoot his crossbow. So he readies his crossbow, and you all notice his crossbow's kind of got some extra bits on it, and you're not sure what those are.
Augustus.
Sorry, my microphone was tangled in my sound effects. All right, so having been in the area for quite some time, is this a common thing for goblins to try and trade with passing caravans?
Not especially common.
Not especially, but does happen.
You've heard of it happening, but yeah, it is uncommon.
All right.
This route is far more known for banditry and things like that.
Okay. Well, let's we'll start walking out towards them, I guess.
What the hell is that?
Wait.
What?
Yeah, as they see you coming, you can just see their eyes just bug out of their head.
And
well, there's just a simple centaur, my friends.
Horseman.
If you're here to trade, I have much in my my trailer. What's French for trailer? I should look that up.
I think he prefers
Caravan.
man horse, not horseman.
Centaur, if you please.
Google Translate
And,
to the rescue.
What was it?
One second.
Caravan. You were right. It's caravan.
All right, Duma.
Duma is like screaming in abyssal. It's like, what the hell is all this noise? I just pick up my maul.
Is that Duma's
Just
night
walk out
terrors?
It's like, what's this? Oh! Butterflies. They scare me.
Oh God, Dumas are hungry Joe.
I was like,
And also, according
butterflies.
to
Sorry.
according to Google Translate, trailer in French means bande annonce. I barely passed 8th grade French. Canadians.
We all barely passed 8th grade
Okay,
French.
first of
Yeah,
all,
you're not gonna
are
nail
the E's accented?
Oh my god.
No, I don't know.
Moving on.
It's a caravan. It's fine.
Moving on. Yeah,
Moving
the goblin's
on.
eyes, which were, sort of wide as a centaur, walk toward them. Their jaws just drop and their arms just go slack, seeing a minotaur step out of a.
And just swinging his maul. It was like, somebody better have a damn good explanation. What the hell is going on around here? And I have no idea how many people speak Abyssal, but I think I'm going to roll my intimidation. While at the same time, I just walked past the tent, and I'm keeping an eye over here.
Okay. You turn and glare at the trees.
I was like, apparently, my vision is blurred. It's like the trees seemed like, something I want to say. Oh wait, I think I still have that hangover from that drink, from that barnacle drink. It was like,
That was weeks ago.
Oh,
But yeah, so you turn and with your maul, yeah, you glare at the woods just in case something else is on the other side.
All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna approach all friendly like, and I guess I'm gonna just sort of mosey on up here and sort of lean on my morning star.
All right.
So holding an action if they attempt to come in at us hostile.
Okay. Top of the round, Cassandra.
Okay. So we're not attacking these guys anymore?
You read too many books. Not everything is a battle. Not every adventure ends in bloodshed.
Duly noted, Sir Centaur. Well then I will put on my cloak to warm myself up, and I will come out and say, alright, what do you want to trade? I have some graphic novels that are getting a bit stale, and I'm willing to part with.
They look at each other, and you see one of them shrug their shoulders at the other one, and they're just like, "Could we get food? We just
I
need
have
food."
food. Oh, I still have some jerky from my dad's ranch. Would you like some? And I will give them some.
Yeah, they immediately sort of nod their heads, and they just say, "We've collected what we had left over and brought them here for trade. But
Why are you
we can show you our wares."
Oh,
Come sit by the fire. Come.
gosh.
If she's heading towards them, I want to like try and like hold out my hand to stop her and ask them left from what.
She looks up at you and just says, "From the hobgoblins that ransacked our camp and took over and forced the men in our tribe to go with them."
I would like to insight that.
All right, roll me. Let's see what insight. From the demeanor, it could be true. You're not quite sure. A little hard to read. But she just continues that they came in and they took what they wanted, and those of us fled. We're not typically this far east in the mountains, but we've found a cave not too far up that there's about a dozen of us that are left up there.
How long ago did they take your mails?
Oh, it was about three moon cycles ago.
And what of the other caravan?
That was hobgoblins who raided that. We came and picked over what scraps we could find after they were gone. We are of the Black Knife tribe. We typically do not rob or steal. We are over in the other Vale, and we trade with the other cities in the Vale.
Can I history check that, or like is there a check I can do to
Sure.
see about if she's telling the truth about the tribe?
Well, I mean, yeah, you don't recognize that name. You can insight to see if you think she's
Okay.
telling the truth.
Same roll.
Yeah, really hard to read. You're not quite sure. It certainly sounds plausible, but you are definitely suspicious.
Yeah, I am a little bit suspicious, but I'm also a little bit more inclined to believe them, considering we already knew it was hobgoblins that attacked them anyway. The caravan, at least.
Radigan is gonna sort of approach a little bit more, get a little bit closer. He's gonna look these two over. would it look like they're equipped for winter travel or winter survival, or would it look to Radigan like they really are in rags and probably freezing to death?
I would say give me an intelligence insight check, because you're basically doing an investigation insight.
Okay, so that will merely be an intelligence check then.
While he's doing that, I just kind of turn around to the rest of the group and say, in Draconic, does anyone speak Draconic?
10.
You hear Alicia respond to you. Yeah, why?
I highly doubt they speak it, so it'd be nice to get a second opinion on this.
Oh, yeah. And with that, I mean, you can tell they've clearly taken, you assume, sort of what clothes they could find from the other caravan, and they have stitched them together, so it's piecemeal, but it does look like it would keep them moderately warm.
Okay, so they're not completely at the mercy of the elements then.
And what were they trading?
They have a like a cloth sack that they dropped on the ground when Radigan sounded the alarm.
Well, then let's we'll either bring him next to the fire or next to the forge in the tent.
Wait, before we do that, I do want to confer with oh my god, her name is escaping me again.
Alicia.
And I'm just going to say to Alicia, I'm inclined to believe them. You've already said that you believe it is hobgoblins that have attacked, and goblins aren't normally that brave to attack a caravan. What say you to allowing them in to warm themselves and get what information we can? In Draconic.
Yeah, she just says, I'm tired. I would just as soon get rid of them. I'm going back to bed.
Shrug, fair enough. Cithrin is going to nod and motion them over to the fire. Any information we can whisper to Ezekiel, the great Ezekiel. Whatever information we can get from these females can only benefit us, but they will not stay behind when we leave.
I agree.
All right. They quickly sort of run towards the fire and sort of warm themselves.
All right. And Radigan, having the great trait of rustic hospitality, starts scaring up some of the leftover stew.
And Cithrin is just going to, crouch down beside them and pick their brain as much as she can. Any questions she can think of about the hobgoblins, like how many were there, who seemed to be their leader, if they knew his name, etc., etc.
All right. See, and this is why if I had my notebook with me, it would be much, much easier. They do say that there were a little more than 24 that showed up at their camp, and they had a very specific name that I don't have in front of me. And they say it loosely translated to the dragon's arm, that kind of thing, and that they were, so they've been wandering around and forcing the local goblin tribes and other things in the Vale and in the hills sort of to their will, and the Black Knife tribe was sort of the last holdout. And she shows you that she has just this little black sort of flinty knife, and she just says, this is what we're kind of named over, and she says, we have brought what we have to trade. And she, out of the sack, she starts pulling different types of sort of implements, and you can see she pulls out what looks like a little tea kettle, and she says, this boils on its own if you fill it with water. And she pulls out a nice little sort of scrimshaw clasp, and the scrimshaw is the fish bones of the Icewind Dale, which are reasonably valuable. And so this is something that somebody has sort of carved and maybe worth a few gold. She also, pulls out a small whale tooth, and she says, "This has etchings of the ice flows on it. It's pretty." She pulls out this sort of silvered fishhook bracelet that's made of sort of silvered fish hooks. And then there's a flint and steel that she brings out, and she just says, "This when you use it, it starts a fire in random colors. You never know which color is going to be next." And then she pulls out a dagger that looks like it's seen better days, but has a nice sort of leather pommel and handle on it. She pulls out a large brass coin that she just said, "This is shiny and has no markings on it. Makes it kind of interesting to us." Then she pulls out this heavy iron key, and then she pulls out a little, what looks like a little clockwork bird of some sort, and she just says, "This might, we found, but its wings flap when the breeze flows. It's a little metal bird."
Regis is eyeing the iron key. As the hobgoblin puts it down, I pick it up and I go, "What is this?"
She says, "It's a key to a ship. Apparently there's a name written on the side of it."
Okay, so I'm looking at the key and it says,
You see the name Squall Eater written across the side, which you would recognize from Luskin as a famous ship that was long lost at sea.
"Can I make a history roll?"
Yes.
Okay.
Cithrin is kind of eyeing that kettle. Does anybody else want anything?
I was thinking the kettle as well, but if you got first dibs, so
Yeah, Regis, you recognize. Yeah, it's the ship. Was lost at sea probably a good 25 years ago, and there are famous sort of stories of the great treasures and things that were lost with it.
I'm gonna sort of as I'm serving the stew to the goblins, I'm gonna say, now looky here. I actually think that mechanical bird would be pretty nice, and I'd be very happy to part with some gold for it. You see, but before I do, I gotta ask, where might this gold coin I'm thinking of putting down in your palm, where might that eventually end up, if you know what I'm asking?
And she just looks at you and she's like, "Gold? No, we don't. Food. We can't. We can't eat gold."
Oh, you poor
So-
thing.
Cithrin is going to suggest, what if we trade you food for the information, your trinkets, and we'll get rid of the hobgoblins? Does that seem like a fair deal? And she looks around at everybody else.
We get to get rid of hobgoblins.
no, that is not. One moment, and
I think we
Gus
would
will
let
go
the-
into his tent and come back with a armload of simple tools, like the kind that he gives to peasants and stuff.
I thought we agreed that we were going to move on. God damn you, Patrick. Or not Patrick, Ian.
Well-
I thought we agreed we were going to move on and not assault the hobgoblins.
Yeah,
The
Bjorn
problem-
finally sort of pipes up, and you realize he's been standing off to sort of one of the side of the tents, and he just says, "Oh, we're not stopping for any hobgoblins. We're moving on." And the goblins, and she just says, "I'm Geggs, and this is Flels, and the hobgoblins have moved on. They're off looking for new recruits. I think they thought the last caravan was the last caravan."
Cithrin is going to look at the caravan master and just be like, "I understand, but we leave now. The goblins, while the hobgoblins are still recruiting, you're going to come back to a bigger problem next season."
And I'm gonna say, look, Cithrin, is that right?
Yes.
We're in the middle of we're in the middle of the tundra right now, and we're not exactly equipped to take on an army of a couple of dozen hobgoblins. Now, once we finally reach Icewind Dale, then we can talk about our options. I'm with you. I understand, but we're probably not just by our lonesomes really equipped to deal with this problem right now. And besides, we've been hired to do a job, and I intend to see that job through.
Damn right. And besides, our biggest concern is going to be the weather. If you hadn't noticed, it's colder than it should be. There's more snow up here than there should be. We'll be lucky if we can make it to Bryn Shander in one piece at this stage.
I tend to agree.
Cithrin just shrugs and takes the kettle very well. He
Besides,
walks back off to her tent.
the hobgoblins ain't gonna be doing any more raiding while the snows hit. Now, after the snows hit, then we can deal with the problem.
And then we'll deal with the problem when they have a bigger goblin army.
And the one goblin looks around and just says, "She took our kettle. What do we get for that?"
You're getting food, and you're getting to leave here alive.
Radigan will sort of start ripping through, sort of his small inventory and starts pulling out ration packs.
Yeah, same with Gus. Will give them his rations for the next 2 days. I'll be hungry for 2 days.
I don't really have any. How much is in the entertainer's pack?
Well, the food is, most of your food has been provided by the caravan. They provide food and drink. So, there are certainly supplies you could give up. Or, if you have your own private rations, they were more than happy to take whatever you will give them.
And give them 2 rations just for the information they provided.
Oh, so what were the other weird things? So there was a coin with no faces.
There was a coin with no faces. There was a bracelet of silvered fish hooks. A flint and steel that, when used to start a fire, creates a random flame. A small whale tooth that is etched with images of icebergs.
How much do we have to load them up just to take it all? Because it all seems interesting.
I can cast Identify if we're looking at any one of them.
Yeah, then there's there's a small scrimshaw fishbone clasp that, Bjorn will actually sort of step forward and just say, I'll take that. And you see him hand off a couple of sacks of goods. And you hear Rafferty sort of in the background grumble, and Bjorn is like, I'm still in charge here. Yeah, you guys can collect all of it. The 2 of them are absolutely thrilled with the rations and everything else you guys have given them.
I quickly craft them some simple snowshoes to make their trip back easier.
Yeah, absolutely. And, they say, they have a small sort of sledge, but it is a long hike back up the hillside for them. So they're definitely great.
And the whole time we've been sitting around the fire, Great Ezekiel's been just strumming along very quietly to not disturb anyone who's trying to sleep. Just providing background music.
Classical gas?
Oh, I will give the goblins Pocky. I'm like, here. It's an elf treat. It's actually quite delicious.
Is it strawberry?
Do I get the sense? I have chocolate, strawberry, matcha. What flavor would you like?
She's trying to offload the kiwi ones.
She's mostly got green tea left, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's the green tea ones.
But those are the
they will. Yeah, they will look between the 2, and again, you notice a little sort of shrug, and they will just say, we can take all of it.
Okay. Here you go.
So that hurts Cassandra a little bit, doesn't it?
A little, but also at the same time she feels guilty because, they're hungry, and I really shouldn't be greedy. But at the same time, I literally spent a little extra of my money to pack on quality rations, quote unquote. So I gotta protect what little that's left.
Oh, that
And-
quality, all right. Low quality.
And
You
they
take that
thank
back.
you, and then they turn to Ezekiel and Radigan and just say, "Can we stay by the fire till morning?"
Well,
Of course.
I suppose fire's going to die down at some point during the night, but as long as you got yourself the ability to bundle up, you should be all right till the sun rises.
Sits shouts out from the tent, "Set a guard!"
The forge is still warm. You
We
can
already have
sleep
a guard.
under the
I
wagon
have
if
not
you
watched
wish.
it. I
Radigan's
will.
on the guard.
No,
I
they
will sit up
can,
with you, Radigan.
They can sleep with Gus in the tent. They can sleep under the wagon, under the forge. It's still warm.
Sithrim and a guard specifically on them, but okay.
They will happily go with the horseman into his warm.
Okay, so Radigan will look at the great Ezekiel and go, "Don't see that every day," and just sort of tip his hat back down and go back to relaxing by the.
Yes, it is nice to not judge books by their cover, as it were.
And I will spend the rest of the evening, if the goblins
Comment?
want to talk, trying to find out if their home is nearby any farms that I visited in the past, and tell them this person's cool. Say I sent you if you ever need to talk to them.
Yeah, and they tell you that they're from an area on the other side, basically, of the Spine of the World Mountains that is the Nintir Vale. And you recognize there are a couple of sort of small towns and villages that you have, made the trek along that area, and it's a lovely sort of picturesque farmland for the most part.
And I
All
guess I
right.
won't be too suspicious of them as I fall off to sleep, because I've already offered them a bunch of trade tools anyway. So whatever.
Okay. And with that, I'll have the great Ezekiel and Radigan roll me another perception check as you guys are staying up for the third watch.
And just periodically, I'll keep dancing lights going through the trees, and just every 30 seconds or so, shift them around.
All right.
And maybe through the camp too, just to make sure nobody's wandering around.
All right. So who's making the?
You and
You
me.
can both do it, or one of you can do it with advantage.
All right. Well, I can assist the great Ezekiel, and I can also lend him my special goggles of.
I do not think they fit on with the mask.
Alrighty then.
Yeah. With that, the rest of the night passes generally quietly. There's some snoring and grumpiness coming from Duma's tent, but eventually everything sort of calms down. The morning comes. This bright white light as the sun reflects off the snow. Olisha and Yamadan are up making breakfast for everybody. It's this nice sort of hot warm porridge. Everyone gets around the revitalized fires to warm up as everybody else starts putting the horses and the caravans back together. The goblins, thank you and head off on their way.
Now,
Oh, nice.
You be careful out there, and don't fall for any more of them hobgoblin shenanigans while you're out.
We won't. They don't know where we are. We're safely hidden away. We can hopefully survive the winter and hunt some of the elk.
Have we
Well,
seen
that's
any
one-
elk?
They
Yes,
have
you guys
Poppy,
saw a
they'll
couple
survive.
of you guys saw a couple of elk near the crashed wagon cart, and you guys have done a little bit of hunting as you were traveling up through the easier slopes of the mountain. And so, with everybody around the campfires and eating their breakfast. The general, sort of calm is broken by the sound of somebody kind of, slapping what, sounds like a rolled up magazine against their hands. And as you're all sort of, sitting and eating, you hear Rafferty just start to say, "Now, I made one request to everybody when we started on this journey, don't you know? And the one thing I asked is that nobody put your fool adventuring ideas in my nephew's head, as he's just someone who's a sponge at this point, and I'm trying to teach him the quality of life that a caravan worker has rather than the crazy adventures of you people."
Is he holding one of my graphic novels?
He is holding the graphic novel of the adventures of a party going to Chult, and he just says, I found this in my boy's bunk. Now, which one of you gave this to Dell?
I did, sir, as entertainment, like everyone else. Everyone else on this caravan has various other forms of entertainment. Many people read books and magazines, and graphic novels are just another form of book. So
Radigan just shakes his head.
I don't understand. I meant nothing at all by it. I'm not encouraging him to get into the adventuring life. He just, is a teenage boy who needs a little extra entertainment, so I gave him some reading material.
Not this kind of material, and he throws it into the fire.
Don't no! I am going to grab it beforehand. Did I give him the one about our Princes of the Apocalypse campaign?
No, the Chult one.
I am going to grab it because that is pre-lawsuit. I was like, sir, that is my property, sir.
I want
to
to
dexterity check is to do that.
Oh dear God! Can someone give me a guidance, please? Oh God!
Can I give her a bardic inspiration?
Cithrin said she was going to assist you, so.
Yeah, because I don't think this is cool.
Yeah, you were able to get it out, and it's just, you had advantage because Cithrin was helping you. So you managed to get it out, and it's, there's just a few sort of sparks, and it's mostly good. But Rafferty stares at you and just says, "You just lost 3 days' pay, and I've half a mind to have you walk back to Luskin."
Excuse me,
Remember
sir,
who you work for.
Excuse me, sir. Who's Miss?
Cithrin is saying that to Cassandra, calm down, and she's going to turn and face Rafferty. And she's going to say, "Sir, I understand your displeasure, but that was uncalled for. You told us not to encourage him. We have not been speaking to him of such. If you did not wish him to be reading such things, you should have included that in your prohibitions."
Is the kid still at least holding the hammer I gave him?
Oh yeah, he's still got the hammer. I mean, you can see he's sort of tucked over beside one of the wagons, his head just kind of bowed. And, Rafferty will look at you, Cithrin, and just say, "You couldn't even show us your honest face when we hired you. I've yet to even find out what kind of criminal you must be. You will do your work, and that is all we ask. You get paid. I will not have to see any of you past Bryn Shander."
When he makes that comment, Ezekiel stands between him and Cithrin and Cassandra. "Friend, who are you? I realize you are his uncle, but who are you to determine what the boy can do? He is a man, yes. If Dale wants to read these books, why should he not be allowed to?"
His parents were adventurers. His father has a broken back from falling down some shaft, and his mother hasn't been seen in 3 years since she went off hunting for some treasure off in the mountains. I am all this boy has left. I am going to teach him how to have a sensible life.
This is not that much safer than being an adventurer. You saw what happened to that last caravan, yes?
That's
putting
why
him
we
in-
hire these sell swords. This is a safe,
That caravan had
good
cells.
job if you know what you're doing.
Oh, Mr. Ezekiel, if you could, and I'll take Rafferty aside and be like, sir, you know I have helped your son with his tools. If you send him by, he can spend his time with me. I will teach him more smithing. And I have lost my accent, and it was because I was listening to fucking Brendan. And damn it!
Dueling
Competing
access
accents.
to the game.
It's early days. Early days. We'll lock him down.
All right, so I will.
I'm pretty
teach
sure
the
Rafferty
boy-
last week sounded more like he was from Minnesota than what he sounds like now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he wasn't all
Minnesota.
southern and everything.
I will
That might
take
be me.
the boy, and I will teach him how to shoe a horse. You know, I know somebody who is very good at shoeing a horse and knows what it's like to be shoed like a horse. If you catch my grift.
Oh, I do. And he just sort of, storms off, and you hear Bjorn just kind of chuckling. He's just like, calm down, hothead. We got to get back to moving. And Bjorn comes over to you and just says, just careful around that one. He's very sensitive about his boy, and I'll make sure you get your pay when we're done at the end. I'm sorry.
Cassandra chokes down tears and says, "This is my property. My dad's gave me this. It's really precious to me. He just wanted to burn it, and it's illegal for him to do that. All he had to do was give it back."
I pat Cassandra on the shoulder and I turn to the other gentleman and I state, as I said before, I understand his anger. His actions were uncalled for. And if you wish to know my crimes, he need only have asked. I only need to get out of the city. I will not hide them from anyone who wishes to know them.
And the boy should not be punished for brazen adventurers like yourselves.
Oh, I don't think the boy's going to be punished. I think Rafferty, he'll just take his anger out on you. Once he spouts off, he'll be fine. And
a position I am well accustomed to.
Yeah, to you, madam, he says to Cithrin, whatever you did to get out of town, all of us here who are part of the caravan life have certainly seen worse. Your privacy is all yours.
She nods her thanks.
Now, everybody pack up and let's get moving. This weather's not going to be forgiven in the least. And with that, you guys collect your goods, pack everything back up, and head back out onto the caravan trail.
I want to double check my box.
All right.
Is my box okay?
Your box is perfectly fine.
Locked and everything? Okay.
I haven't misplaced any goods, have I? Minus the 2 rations, of course, I gave to the goblins.
No, nobody is missing anything. The goblins did not appear to have taken anything other than what you gave them.
And we got, who has all of the stuff they gave us in exchange for all of the food?
I think
That's a good question. Who took? Regis took the heavy iron key.
Yes, I did.
I was the one about just asking about everything that was left. So
there was the dagger. The kettle was taken by Cithrin. There was the scrimshaw clasp that Bjorn actually took, and he is now wearing. The clockwork bird, which is actually a little finch as you look at it, Radigan.
Yeah, I think I was interested in that.
Yeah, you took that.
And so there's the small whale tooth that is etched with the images of icebergs, and the large brass coin with no markings on it whatsoever.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that one.
Okay.
I would like the dagger. I don't know if I was heard.
Yeah, I heard. And as you have sort of sat with it and sort of had it on your person, you realize it is a +1 dagger.
Mm.
Same one Winthrop had.
But
Yeah,
it doesn't
it
look
do-
fancy, does it?
It does not look fancy. You can tell it's got a nice sort of leather sort of handle and pommel on it, but yeah, it does not look like a fancy dagger at all.
Disappointed.
And so then there is the flint and steel that, when used to start a fire, creates a random flame, and the bracelet of silvered fish hooks.
If no one else wants those, I'll grab them. Otherwise, somebody each take one, I guess, is the easiest way to do it.
How stylish is the bracelet of fishhooks?
If no one wants it, I would like to have the fish hooks.
Yeah,
That was
so
a skill.
the bracelet of fish hooks, it's very well made, and it is worth 15 silver pieces.
What was the name of the ship the key was to?
The Squall Eater.
Cool. All right.
This
And Regis has that one, right?
Yes.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Excellent.
quick question: this kettle, it only heats water, or if I put other liquids in it, it'll heat them as well?
What liquid are you going to put in?
I've no idea right off the top of my head. I was just curious if it was just like, hey, this is water only. I guess I'll find out as I try it, eh?
Yeah, they told you water. They haven't tried anything else.
Okay, I'll
Does it heat
experiment
up
with that.
snow if you put snow in it and turn it into water?
Radigan sort of reaches inside his coat and pulls out a small flask of whiskey and says, "Hand that kettle over here for a moment," and pours the whiskey in.
You're
And
making me a hot toddy, Radigan.
Well, I'll share a hot toddy.
And yeah, this whiskey starts to sort of bubble and heat, and you get this warm, wafting smell of whiskey.
All right, I'll pour about half of it into my flask and hand the kettle back to Sid.
My thanks. That's one question answered.
All
I'll have a
right.
sip.
Let's get a move on.
Yeah.
Well, assuming we're doing this as we're all moving.
Yeah. And so moving this forward, over the next 10-day, you guys continue to move on. You move through the mountains, and the weather just turns on you. Driving sleet and snow slow you guys down to almost a crawl. Visibility is nil. Your night's fires barely ease the chill in your bones, and even Alicia seems to get annoyed at the cold. She keeps muttering to herself that Auril is not to be appeased. There is one evening on the mountainside as you were coming down when Melchas, the gnome caravan guard that is with you, was actually picked up by a giant owl and nearly taken away before the rest of you were able to quickly sort of rescue her and shoot this owl down from the sky. And you feasted on owl for the next day, which was surprisingly tasty.
Yum.
Really fatty.
And then, as suddenly as the mountains began, they now end and all the Northland opens wide before you, as if you have emerged from a dim tunnel into bright sun. Blinding snow covers the tundra before you, and so you guys are all handed these sort of eye shields that go over, which help you with this blinding sun. And you guys, those of you that have heard stories actually get a basic understanding of what drow must feel like, as the sun is almost dizzying in its light. And so with these sort of eye guards and shields, you are able to see more into shadow. However, all you see, basically before you is a forlorn land, the fall vegetation that marks autumn nowhere to be seen under this snow. The vista before you is almost completely flat. No mountain or hillock to be seen. It offers an unbroken view to the horizon. Bjorn, jokes multiple times that you could watch your horse run away for days here. But as much as your view has widened with you leaving the mountains, your hearing diminishes as this mournful, monotonous, and continuous wind thrums in your ears, a constant background noise that forces you to raise your voice even to converse with your companions.
Read my graphic novel.
Patrick, is there a visible curve on the horizon since there's no more mountains? Or is
There
Faerun flat?
is, from what you can see right now, everything just looks completely flat. I mean, eventually you come across a small bridge with a small but swift-moving river rushing by beneath with large chunks of ice in it. And the Shagarn tributary Master Pettywinkle cries, obviously overjoyed. Almost there. We'll see the peak of Kelvinskare and the lone mountain in these parts before the dusk. Maybe even tomorrow we'll see the walls of Bryn Shander, or maybe Targos itself. And, Bjorn and some of the others on the caravan just kind of shake their heads, knowing that you're probably still days away. And so the days and nights go by, and the weather just gets worse and colder. Your nerves are just sort of frayed with this wind that constantly blows, and you start to understand some of the stories you've heard about people who've been driven mad by this northern wind. Eventually, it's been over a month since you guys signed up as caravan guards or traders, or booked your passage for this expedition to the far north. The grueling trek up the southern slopes of the spine of the world was nothing compared to the treacherous crossing over the mountain pass. And now that you've finally begun your descent into Icewind Dale, you've all breathed a collective sigh of relief. But that was 5 days ago. The first sight of the Dale already seems like a distant memory. 5 days of hard travel across the barren tundra has left ache in the legs and a rumble in your belly as the food you have given away starts to really give you the hunger pangs. Frozen winds have scoured memory of warmer climes from you, and at night, huddled behind the rude shelter of circled wagons and in your tents, the sound of the groaning breeze is a constant companion. R.A. Salvatore sure can write. This morning, however, there is a sense of liveliness as the caravan breaks camp. Bjorn, the dwarf leading the expedition, has indicated that the caravan might be able to make its destination before nightfall, if everyone pushes hard today. Not wanting to spend a single night more than necessary in this unforgiving wasteland, everyone hastens to hitch their wagons. As your fellow travelers make ready, they speak of the comforts that await them at your destination, the trade town of Bryn Shander. Once I've seen to the wagons, it'll be straight to Kelvin's comfort for me, declares Bjorn, doing a last check up the line. A cup of Flamebeard's fire brandy will warm me up faster than any hearth fire. And then swinging up into his seat, he gives a shout, cracks his reins, and your caravan rumbles forward. So, and as you guys, are heading forward, you guys hope that, this will sort of be the next sort of stage for everything. And, Helda sort of regales everybody around, the morning and lunch campfires with tales of the area. And she recounts to you the tale of Akar Kessel's war against the Dale, where he built this giant black crystal tower and had brought forth armies of ogres and goblins and hobgoblins to fight the cities of the 10 towns. And, Bjorn sort of chimes in every once in a while, and you can tell that, he's getting sort of happier the closer you guys get. And so as you guys continue northward, this featureless tundra gives way to a range of low hills. According to Bjorn, it is upon the last and highest of these hills that Bryn Shander is situated, and at the sight of them, the caravan presses forward with renewed determination. The rocky, scrub-covered slopes provide a welcome bulwark against the wind, and as you leave the tundra behind, a gentle snow yet begins to fall. So, as you guys are moving forward, could I get Duma, Radigan, and Gus to give me perception checks, please?
All right. Perception. And I'm going to give myself 11.
Everyone's just up in one another.
Go, Gus.
What do my centaur eyes see?
Ennui.
Your centaur As you steer around the base of one of the hills, you notice movement in a nearby outcropping of trees and boulders. Through the flurries of snow, you can make out the form of what appears to be a great saber-toothed cat creeping forward, ready to pounce. I need everyone to roll me initiative, please.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
Mhm.
My friends,
mom-
we are about to be pounced on by a beautiful cougar.
Duma's mall was begging
Sorry, I
for
had to
blood.
clear the tracker first.
All right.
Hang on, I can handle the cougar. Don't worry. I will handle this alone.
Oh,
Oh, this
hell
actually makes it
yeah.
nice and easy.
Oh, not bad, not bad.
Oh, could you add me, Patrick?
Yep.
I literally rolled 10 less than what I did the first time.
I think I got to do a Gloomstalker Centaur because this is the slowest Centaur on the planet.
Are we surrounded by these things?
You don't know. You didn't see squat.
Yay!
When the older ladies come at you, you must protect yourself.
Are these
Sounds like
Craig
not
cats?
me.
Wrong cougar.
Not from where I'm sitting.
Oh, jeez. From where you're sitting, you can see me from behind.
Somebody's dog is very angry at these little pussies.
Is it
I
a time for a 5-minute break? Because it is 8:45.
Yep. Let's take 5, and the dogs will hopefully get a little calm.
Oh, dogs! You have dogs now, Patrick.
No, just whoever's were barking in the background.
I mean,
ouch.
my feet are very sore. Thank you for asking. Would you like to rub them?
Sorry, that's my dog. She's
Be right back.
she feels neglected.
Roll him up a character sheet. Put him, smear it in peanut butter.
That
Laminate
really
it
only
first.
works if you're going to play a ranger and you're playing Beastmaster.
I swear I
Yeah,
should
Mac.
make character sheets for my cats because they're always like around me when I'm playing. I can't
What would
escape.
you make? What would you make them?
Well, Tabaxi, obviously.
Obviously.
But let's see, Maddie. I think Maddie would be a bard. She's very friendly. She's very much a lap cat. So yeah, I think
Is she very talkative?
she's more talkative than her brother.
Okay,
Um,
definite bard.
Yeah. Mercury is talkative, but he's super shy. Like, he's only talkative if he knows you. He's also very skittish.
I feel like he'd be perfect as a rogue.
Okay, Mercury would be a rogue.
Oh no! It's your character sheet.
No,
I'm
that's the
a
thing. Like, I have no idea, like, what kind of class fits somebody who's talkative when they get to know you, but is otherwise very super shy and skittish.
Bard.
Oh my
Mercury-
god, I need
No,
to friggin'
bards.
like,
Bards
I
are
need to base my
already-
next character off of one of their personalities.
Mercury sounds so much like me. It's like I don't know you. I don't have to talk to you.
And Tara, take
Yo.
inspiration as well as Stephanie, though, when she gets back for your interactions with Rafferty.
Yeah, Sithrin doesn't like bullies.
I will tell Steph because I was the only one on headset when you said that, Patrick.
So points to Slytherin.
Sithrin, yeah. Yes.
I'm back.
With a brand new back. Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh my god, that's a terrifying picture.
Yes, hi, Maddie. I was talking about you.
Oh my god, that was a hell of a purr.
She's my little motorboat.
She's beyond a motorboat.
All you gotta look at her and she starts purring at that volume. She has one per volume and that's it.
I'm back.
You get inspiration for dealing with Radigan.
Me?
Sorry,
Yes.
Rafferty, not Radigan. Radigan's fine.
He
about to say.
destroyed one of my books. Oh my god.
Cassandra is totally me. I would have flipped out like that too if somebody tried to burn one of my books.
He's
Yeah,
just
sure.
worried about his little nephew.
No, that is no excuse to destroy someone else's private property.
Yeah,
If
that's
he was
No
just-
idea how happy I was when I came up with that scenario. Though.
I know.
Yeah, no excuse to be a bully. And if he had wanted to push the issue, I would have called him on that.
And also,
I would-
like, my dad's...
And you'd have been walking back to Luskin.
That's fine.
My dads are, ex-adventurers too, and they turned out fine. Adopted a gaggle of children and run a very successful cattle ranch. I'm totally not adventuring to help them out at all. I'm a very sophisticated woman,
Now,
I just picture him sort of like Uncle Owen from Star Wars.
Now, have you gone to Toshi Station and got those goddamn power converters yet?
You mean Uncle Owen before or after the charring?
Before.
Okay.
After.
He was pretty charboiled to begin
No,
with.
I can just picture it when she gets back after the whole campaign is over, and her father's like, "What the hell took you so long? You were going out for milk."
Where's the blue milk?
They're right here, dads. Oh, by the way, I can just wish it into being dads.
I'm also married, have a harem, and a castle.
Speaking of blue milk, have you met Duma?
Excuse me. I believe he's
There's no-
purple milk.
I don't. There's no blue milk or purple milk coming out of this Minotaur, so don't even try.
Speaking
Wow.
of blue,
No wonder our coffee tasted so weird this morning.
have we asked the Goliath why she is blue?
That's just the color of Goliath's skin. I mean, you can't just ask why people aren't black.
Wow, judgmental.
Really?
Wait, are Goliaths blue?
Yes, that's the one you want
What?
to ask about in this weirdo part.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
Goliaths have a
Brendan-
blue tinted skin.
Yeah.
Brendan inspiration
I
for the
actually
great
wrote-
Ezekiel.
I actually
always
wrote
thought-
down that she was blue because I thought it was an actual detail.
Here's a question: where is she?
The human was of medium build. Oh, that's important.
I didn't put their tokens in this on this page because it was
Okay.
just too full.
Oh yeah, no, it is quite fun. I just wondered if it was a purposely left out, or she somehow absconded in the night and we don't know where she is anymore.
Are we all
no.
back?
No, I took like her, Cloud Full of Rocks, Melshas and Yamadan are not on this page.
They're getting attacked the other side of the caravan or something.
They're off fighting their own last stand.
They're at the bottom. There's two other.
They're too
coquels.
busy reading the other books Cassandra gave them.
Oh, yeah, she's got a whole bunch of books. But the, choicest books in her collection, she's only going to give out now to people she trusts.
I
Yeah,
don't
well,
suggest the
through
Hollis
this-
book. It's very needy.
Through this, has Cassandra been trying to slip things to Dell on the...
I'm going to say... Yeah, I'm going to say she just is... I'm going to say he comes to her and asks her for, like, low-key, like, what's the next, chapter? And she'll give, like, a high-level... And she'll tell him, like, the next chapter sort of thing. So no actual book passes, but they do it all low-key and in whispers.
Give me a sleight of hand check and stealth check.
Can I go to her
With advantage,
early on
because...
and suggest something else?
What?
Because Ezekiel also doesn't like the
Oh, I
Uncle's
have the message. Oh no, I'm not sure if I have the message cantrip
You
yet.
should leave them
Ezekiel
on.
would like to tell the stories in camp as if they were stories that the party was in.
Oh, I would totally go along with that.
You should not.
Because
flesh out
guess
the
who
full
doesn't
man
work
of the
for
young boy.
Uncle?
Yeah, and he glares at you and
Rafferty.
tries to keep Dell as far away from you as he can. But yeah, you guys are able to pass some of the the stories along.
It's
Sit
like
for-
the opening of Reign of Fire when they're live acting Star Wars.
And Ezekiel does manage to like get everybody as best as he can played by the characters that are run by the people who are playing them now.
I am the brave Beatrix!
Yeah, that.
Now, I don't know too much about playing no guitar, even though I've strummed a few tunes myself, but I'll do my best.
What is this catnip?
Why?
I guess I could be the turtle.
Why is this man such a awful cunt? I mean, I can give it a try.
I love you,
Alright.
Ian. I love you.
Please tell me that
that-
gets inspiration.
Yeah. For understanding, go back and watch the last stream of Tomb of Annihilation. With that, we will restart. So you guys are in the caravan. Gus, you are the only one who caught sight of these large white saber-toothed cats that were creeping forward, and they leap out. So the only ones who get to go in this first round are the cats and Gus, and I cannot believe the cats are going first with a 4.
Well,
It's more with a
believe
natural
I refer
one.
to them as
Yeah.
cougars. They're English cougars because they have very large and unsightly teeth.
Yeah, they rolled a nat 1, and it still beats Gus's nat 0.
Jesus Christ.
Actually, he
it's-
has a 2 point something.
He rolled higher.
Oh, much better.
Where is his?
He
Oh, yeah,
rolled a
it's
2.
2.1.
He rolled a 2, so it's 2.1.
All right. So this cat leaps forward and pounces, but instead of going after Gus or any one of the caravan guards, this cat, as it moves forward, leaps and pounces and attacks one of the caravan horses, the last wagon, and knocks this horse down, which scares sort of the other horse, and it sort of runs and breaks free, and the caravan itself tips over. Things go flying. I need Radigan and Duma, who are riding on the back of it, to give me dexterity saving throws.
Oh, jeez.
Life is a wild ride. Okay, that was cool, Patrick. That was cool.
That was awesome.
Inspiration for Patrick.
No.
Yes, no, he deserves it for that. That was cool.
Okay.
Yeah, and both of you, along with Aldo, are sent sprawling and are prone on the ground as this second cat comes racing over from the far side. And seeing Duma lying prone, it is going to leap and attack at you because you appear to be another sort of wildlife creature to it.
It is because you're of the bovine persuasion.
Woof.
And it does manage to hit with a 22 on its bite. You take 6 piercing damage. And with that, Gus, you are up. As one of the other horses, just sort of takes off to the left and charges away from you.
Is that where the cats are? Because I thought one of them jumped, so shouldn't the one on the right be closer? And same with the one that attacked Duma?
Yeah, that's where they are now.
Could the one on the right be 5 feet closer and on top of the dead horse?
No.
Oh, I want to kick them both. Ooh.
You want to kick a dead horse?
Well, no, that I have a club for that. No, I'm gonna kick one of them.
Listen, Ian, you can't get any more out of it. Stop kicking the dead.
Sup?
You might be related.
Is the horse dead? Or is the horse
Either
bleeding
way,
out?
I just looked at
It
my
is.
kicking.
It is currently sort of down, screaming on the ground. It looks like it's not going to survive much longer. It took a nasty bite from this saber-toothed cat.
The poor equine creature will suffer, but we may be able to save it. But I will smash this one that is attacking our sentient friend on the top of the head with my mace. And I will miss.
You miss. This cat quickly ducks away. Top of the
Begone!
round.
And I hiss at it. Begone, pussy.
All right. Any movement? Any bonus action?
I don't have. Nobody needs to be healed. Ooh, I could heal the horse so it stands
That
up.
was my thought.
Yeah, I'll healing word the horse.
All right.
Flee, you beautiful equine creature.
Duma, thankfully, the wind in your ears. You don't hear the fact that your party member heals something else other than you. You are currently prone on the ground with this large white cat with blood dripping from its teeth standing over you, and it's your blood. What do you?
Is it still on me? Or
Yes.
did it take a step? Okay. Not enough space to use my maul, so I'm gonna try and see if I can shove it away. Yeah, shove it away. Is that a strength check or just strength roll?
Strength check.
Okay.
You are unable to push it off, as this cat is surprisingly strong.
Balls,
Wouldn't it be
athletic? Oh, I've already rolled.
Well, no, yeah, you'd be proficient in it probably.
As a barbarian, I am.
Then
Oh,
yeah, you
then
win.
add
'Cause-
that. Yeah, then yeah, with your 23, you bested and you are able to push it off. So you shove it away 5 feet.
Okay, that saves me from using my horns to push it away. Okay, I guess that's it for me. All my actions done.
Are you going to stand up? You still have your movement.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the remainder of my to stand up.
Okay. Cithrin, you hear all of this commotion coming from the back of the caravan.
I'm going to hop down. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I'm going to angle my head. Probably not going to work, but I want to try it. Wrong one. Oh, seriously?
Okay,
it is
that's attack rolls.
Oh, shoot, I have some as an attack. Damn it. No, I didn't want that.
Just click on the name in the chat window, and it'll should give you damage output.
Oh man, if you had
that works
what's that clone spell that was used last night? That Chris used, the duplicate one.
Invoke duplicity.
Invoke duplicity,
Channel
yes.
divinity.
Yeah, you'd totally be the Doublemint twins.
All right, so it failed the DC of 12, so it takes 5 cold damage.
All right,
as
yeah.
I get out my axe.
You
just
and
see
the horse
Cithrin
is
open
also
her
going to
mouth.
take that. You're going to. I'm assuming you turned so you didn't hit the horse. You were just going after the cat.
Yeah, because it's a cone, so I can angle it.
Yeah, and yeah, so this blast of icy breath shoots from Cithrin, and you see the cat's fur just get covered in these little sort of bits of ice crystals, and it kind of glistens and glitters in the sun.
So pretty now.
Winter is coming.
The great Ezekiel is up.
All right, the great Ezekiel will look at Duma and say, "This bovine man is frightful indeed, but he has come to help us. I'm glad we have him in our time of need." And give him inspiration. And then we'll draw one of his nice daggers. It's not a +1 dagger. And throw it at this crag cat. This one that Cithrin.
All right, roll me an attack.
Breathed cold on. That'll be a 6.
And it flies right past and disappears into the snow. Any
I
movement?
take gold from that, or for that. Yeah, Ezekiel will pull back and get further away. How far away is the horse that ran off?
The horse is currently here. Oh yeah, sorry. Top of the round. It should have moved. It's about there now.
I think we'll start moving towards the horse.
All right. Cassandra.
Okay, I want to protect my friends, so I will tell Heidi to give me the help action. And yes, my Tressum is named Heidi after my real cat, who's coming here. Heidi. Ian, pass me Heidi.
All right, so yeah,
Oh,
your
come
Tressum flies
come to
50,
daddy.
40 feet and gets up in the face of this crag cat.
And it's a 22 for 8 fire
Oh, that
damage.
hits. Yeah, so there's just this hiss of steam as you hit.
She's more interested in attracting the cat.
I just want to show everyone else what my familiar is based off of. Who has otherwise throughout our whole streaming wants to get in my face and be on me forever, decided to just play with a Coca-Cola box. Okay.
None of that's true. Steph actually got that cat today.
Uh-huh.
It's not even her cat. She
We
borrowed
have
it.
literally had this cat for 10 years.
No, like I went to the pound today and bought that cat.
No, first of all, you adopt that cat.
It's not a goldfish.
Yes.
Yeah.
Julkin. Sorry, Cassandra, any movement?
No.
All right, Julkin.
She knows what she's about.
All right. So, yeah. So the one that Duma pushed off is perfectly fine down there, I assume?
Yes.
Do I invoke any sort of difficult terrain, moving through snow and or getting off of this cart?
No, not at this point. This isn't terribly deep snow.
Okay. Well, okay, in that case then I guess I'm going to go after this one over here because, you know,
All right. It has been injured.
It's been injured, and B, it's also next to a horse. So we're going to take out the Morning Star.
And you swing, and this cat ducks out of the way, and you smash it through the bush, and just all of this snow comes sort of piling off down the side, just missing the Tressum.
And that is my turn.
All right. Regis.
Upon seeing the commotion, Regis jumps off the wagon and rolls underneath it. Did you hear that?
Oh, I did.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and I'm gonna make my way down the wagon caravan so I can sneak up behind it and give it a nice backstab in the next round.
All right. You will be able to see. Are you going to use your action to continue moving, or you're going to stay under that first carriage?
I'm gonna keep moving. I'm gonna try to see how far I can get down there before I surprise it.
Why are you walking through my legs?
Give me a stealth check.
Help check.
Oh God, this is very awkward.
And I zip down the caravan trail.
All right. Give me a dexterity check.
Dexterity check.
Yeah, you managed to sort of slip and slide, but you realize as you stop, you've stepped in a couple of horse droppings or gust droppings. You're not entirely sure.
My apologies.
Radigan, you are currently prone on the ground.
We really do need to give that centaur a diaper. All right. Radigan's going to right himself up onto his knees, and his crossbow will be in his hand as he sort of picks himself up. And he'll just kind of like slide a bolt along the crossbow. There's like these extra bolts on the crossbow, at which point the bolt will catch on fire, and then he will shoot the crossbow at the one that is over here. And
Roll your attack.
completely whiff.
Can somebody hit these things, please?
There
Okay,
is-
I was-
yeah,
with
there
our
is a
first-
large puff of smoke and fire, and just this.
With our first rolls, has
crossbow bolt-
anyone gotten over like a 10?
Yeah,
I am at least at 11.
Cassandra hit, and
Okay, she had advantage, and yeah, she got a 13.
Let Patrick finish.
no, she had a 22 with advantage. Welcome to level 1. Any? You've got 15 feet more movement. Any bonus action?
Well, that was as badass as I could possibly be, and I can't cast guidance on myself. Actually, no, the bonus action was the casting of Arcane Weapon.
Okay.
So at that point, I will come over here, and I don't think that an animal handling check is anything other than an action. So I will shoot, miss, and then be done.
All right. With that, this cat is going to charge and leap at that horse and just rake and bring it down to the ground with its attack into sort of a screeching scream.
Thank you, Patrick.
This one is going to look at Jelkin and look at the horse beside it, and is going to disengage and is actually going to try and run back out this way. Gus.
All right, I just have to measure one thing. That's 10. All right, can I do that kind of move? So I was here, so I'm going to move 10 feet down to there, and I still have 30 feet of movement.
Yep, so that gives you a charge.
Yeah, basically I'm trying to slide around to charge into this motherfucker.
All right. Yeah, you guys see Gus, sort of juke and jive, and he gets a foothold and races forward.
All right, so I am going to... Sacred Flame's a spell, not a weapon. Either way, I'll use the mace. Nice. And
That
then
hits.
I don't actually have a thing set up for my hooves. So it's a D4 plus strength. So what's a default attack is proficiency, strength.
Just roll the mace again. That'll be
okay.
the same roll. I didn't mean literally the same.
Yeah,
Literally the same roll.
It was one off on the other.
Finally, someone's hitting these things.
Yeah, you come swinging by with your mace, hitting it like it's a polo mallet, and then as you skid by, you see his back legs just strike out and clobber the side of this cat's head for a total of 6 damage.
Well, that's a D6, not a D4. That's his mace's damage.
Oh yeah, I gotta re-roll the damage.
Yeah, you might do better.
2 1s on damage.
Nope.
Oh,
All right. Duma.
Duma is not going to let this thing run away. So that covers the entire distance. It just does. So as soon as I make it out to this, I'm going to use... I can't push that thing down. Okay, I'm just going to use Maul back. its skull inside.
Oh, that 24 hits.
And damage. Sad.
5 bludgeoning, but at this point
Double
you can
ones.
start to see streaks of red in its white fur. It is starting to look fairly
Like-
wounded at this.
Like a dragon queen's coat.
Similar. Cithrin.
All right. Gonna move forward 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And do. Boom. Please tell me 12 hits.
Does not hit.
Balls.
Your axe gets stuck in the tree beside you, and it just slows down enough for the cat to dodge out of the way.
Graph.
Cat's doing the Matrix dodge. Who knows?
Okay.
Ezekiel the Great. Sorry, Ezekiel, comma, the Great.
All right. Ezekiel is going to look at this cat and he's going to say, "That was not very nice. Why don't you think about what you've done?" And he is going to cast Sleep, centered not there, right here.
Okay,
the
so
horse
it's
is not
only going
conscious.
to target the cat. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. 20 hit points?
20 hit points. It has no effect. You are so lucky that was an area of effect spell.
And
Cassandra.
hang on, I would like to bonus action give Julkin inspiration without a poem this time.
All right.
I haven't thought of one.
There
Any
once
movement?
was a man named Jalkin.
Jesus Christ, he was hulking.
Done! There you go!
Related to Macaulay Culkin?
Oh my god.
Escaped on the
stop
Millennium Falcon.
Go in the corner. Go sulking.
Oh, Lord.
All right. Cassandra. Regis just fired wide for some reason.
Because he's a dick. Okay, can I still see the people that are attacking us?
Yes, you still have. You can see that Duma and Cithrin have this one cornered, and off to your right, it's partially covered by the horse, but you can see where it is.
All right, I will ask Heidi Cat to help me, and I will firebolt it.
Okay. That hits 10 fire damage. Yeah, you hear a large yowling and just this acrid smell of burnt fur sort of reaches up for you, Duma and Cithrin, as you can see just a large patch of this cat is just burned away. Any movement? Any bonus actions?
Nope.
Jalkin.
All right. Well, I am going to move. I assume the flying cat of Heidi Cat is not hovering at ground level, and thus I can occupy the same space.
No.
Yeah, that is correct.
Yeah.
Cool. So I will come in and because I
The
don't.
cat just
trust
lands on your
myself.
head like a coonskin cap.
Fuck! I didn't need you to use that. Oh well.
We don't use it until you've made your roll.
You can wait after. Yeah.
Yeah, that 19 is more than enough. And so just with this loud sort of crack, you bring this morning star down and it splits the back of this cat's neck and skull, and it collapses down into the snow, which is quickly running red at your feet.
Dinner.
Regis.
Regis screams out from under the wagon. That was supposed to be my kill. And
Is what he said to Kathy Lee.
And from behind you, you hear You hear Aldo just say, the other one's over off to your left if you want to hit.
Well, I turn around and with my short bow, I fire at the other one. And yep.
That is a hit. It is engaged with Gus. Roll your sneak attack as well.
My sneak attack.
Wait, why are you using strength?
Oh, sorry. Quick one. Which one was supposed to?
You should have
You
Your
should have a
short bow.
crossbow. Or
Yeah, I
short bow.
do. Sorry, I hit the wrong one. Sorry.
He draws the bow really
Oh,
hard.
come on. And
He whips the bow.
Oh, and
Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
another natural one. That is 2 in a row. Yeah, your arrow flies, and you miss Aldo as he sort of shrieks and falls down, and your arrow just boom, sticks into the tree just off to the left, not even close to the.
Oh.
Any movement? Any bonus action?
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna get out from wagon and rush towards the direction of Gus and the kitty.
All right. And I forgot to move the horse last time, so
So
there it
should be right
goes.
here.
I thought it was unconscious.
Oh yeah, that one got taken down. You are correct.
I know what it is because I'm going to heal it next turn.
Yeah. All right, Radigan.
We save horses, not minotaurs, apparently.
Yeah, you know.
I gave him inspiration.
Lover of all animals. Unfortunately, if they can talk, then you're on your own. Okay, so Radigan is going to sort of move up to there, and he should have a clear shot at that point. FYI, arcane weapon lasts an hour, and so I'm going to try this again.
And this time, just this arc of flame and fire blasts forth from his crossbow, striking this cat. Which,
Well, that's,
again,
sorry, go ahead.
which causes it to sort of shriek and growl and look around menacingly. But yeah, it is unlike what you guys have ever seen before.
Oh, it's nothing. Just a little toy of mine.
Any more movement? You gonna stay behind the barrels?
I'll stay behind the barrels. I get a nice firing platform here, and
All
there's
right.
already another bolt in the crossbow. So anybody who's paying attention to Radigan can get the sense that he's very good with crossbows.
All right. And with that, this cat is going to turn and look at you, Gus, and it is going to attempt to rake you with its claw.
13?
13.
Believe that's a miss.
All right. Yeah, it hits you along the side, but it is not enough to sort of penetrate your hide. And then it is going to... Yeah, it is going to try and run. So you will get an attack of opportunity, Regis and Gus. That hits for 7 bludgeoning.
Regis, you get to hit it. With, I think, sneak attack, because I'm next to it.
Attack.
Did we lose?
Regis.
Did Kathy Lee get Regis?
Steven.
Elvis Pelvis.
Davis.
He must have stepped away for some reason.
I'm guessing the dogs.
Yeah.
Dogs.
Da dogs.
Da bears.
Well, I will roll
Nice.
that for him. That is a 20. That hits. And now his sneak attack. What's that?
Uh,
2d6 it?
Yeah,
The
Patrick.
short bow will be the same as the. I'm guessing his short sword. Right?
Oh, in theory, yeah. Stat wise, it would be, yeah.
Whoa. Yeah, that is more than enough for him to stab it and take it down.
Wait, didn't he roll 2 1s and then when he's away he rolls good?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh.
That sets a bad precedent.
All right. So with that, the cats have been dispatched, but the havoc they wrought remains behind. The toppled wagon is clearly damaged, and dozens of crates and cartons lie scattered on the ground, a few of them having burst and spilled their contents across the new fallen snow. Not yours, Ezekiel. This is
Oh,
all
thank
the merchant Aldo's stuff.
Well,
Aldo curses as he tries to untangle the thrashing horse, and Olisha and Melchus, make no move to help him. Instead, they eye the surrounding hills warily, now seeing danger in every shadow and crevice.
I will bring back this running horse up here to his
It was
wagon.
unconscious.
I'm trying to healing word it, but my character sheet only wants to cast sleep. But I am going to
Okay,
healing word
so
it.
why don't
Okay,
you
healing
stay?
word it.
yeah.
You stay with the horse. I'll go back, and I will tell Aldo we will get your wagon moving. Don't worry. Let me bring my cart around,
Four
and we
hit
will get
points.
this fixed.
I'd like to point out
All
the
right.
near max sleep roll you just made.
Yeah,
Yes,
that
I
was
know.
very
I'm
impressive.
annoyed.
That would have been nice.
Now, a grunt from behind you guys draws your attention to Beorn's steel strike. The dwarf's weathered face is turned skyward, and a thin layer of snow frosts his beard. It's fallen faster, he mutters. Then with another grunt, he turns to face Aldo. Leave it! We'll be snowed in by nightfall if we don't move on. Aldo
look,
bristles at Steel Strike's order. After having come all this way, I'll not leave my cargo to be ransacked by brigands so close to the walls. If you'll not help me set my wagon right, at least help me load my goods onto the rest of the wagon train. Bjorn casts a doubting eye at the weather and then shakes his head grimly. We'll need every hour of daylight to make it to Bryn Shander, and the other wagons cannot afford the extra load. I'll not risk being caught in the snows. If you can get your wagon righted, follow us as quick as you may. Otherwise, we'll send a party back to find you once the weather clears. Moradin keep you.
I've
It has-
already started on his wagon. As that's
I
going
have-
on, I'm picking it up and fixing the wheel.
All
I
right.
have
And
wrapped
as
in my
Bjorn
case.
turns his back on the stunned wagon driver, he notices all of you looking on. I have other lives to think about besides that fool man's, he says in a low grumble, but his stern demeanor softens slightly. Still, the gods call each of us to a different task. Stay and help him if you will, though I'd rather have you with the train in case there's more of those beastly cats about.
The Great Ezekiel will take one of his box, and he will replace it with one of Aldo's boxes, so that he's not, he's keeping the weights even.
Dude, is that your clothes?
And put his
that
put his
your
box on
clothes?
Aldo's cart. It might be. You don't know.
I have
Yeah.
a cart. Actually, wait. My forge, I'm pulling no problem. Can we just put them on my forge and leave the wagon?
Radigan's going to attempt to.
We have a
calm the
Minotaur
horses and
and a
All right.
centaur.
So as this happens, who's staying with Aldo? Who is going to continue on with the wagon?
Radigan
I'm
was hired
staying.
by
Staying.
Radigan was hired by Aldo. He is staying with Aldo.
Okay, so
Okay.
who's staying? Radigan?
The Great Ezekiel.
Duma.
Gus will be staying to fix this wagon, or at least load the parts onto his wagon.
Is this the guy who tried to burn my manga?
That was
No.
No, that is Rafferty, who is the head of the wagon train. This is Aldo, who's the kind of sad sack merchant who, has been doing small time deals, but he's been sort of talking up this one last big sale that he's hoping to do to sort of get everything right for him.
All right, I
going
will
to do-
assist. Sorry, go ahead. Now.
Yeah, I'm going to give the help action to Gus for all this.
I'm
Ezekiel's gonna
actually
get
going
down and
to
dirty.
holler back to Helda, and she's my employer. So what does she want me to do? She cool with me staying behind, or does she want me to come with her?
Helda says, "You come with me. I've got goods that need protecting."
All right.
I think.
Who did I hire on with?
You didn't hire on with anybody. You're a passenger.
That's what I meant. Like, who did I secure services from?
You just paid to come along on this. So you paid them to take you. So you have a wagon that is being pulled by a cloud full of rocks, which that one. But yeah, you're a passenger. You're not, you're not expected to actually work.
You
Okay.
all should go. I will stay with Aldo, and I will fix the wagon, and we will get moving. If not, we will load it onto mine, and we will catch up.
You got any carpentry tools in that forge of yours there?
I have a hammer. What else does a carpenter need?
Plenty, but I guess it'll do. And I'm gonna attempt to calm the
Okay.
horses, get them hitched up, and then fix the wagon as much as I can.
Okay, yeah, we're going to do a round of skill checks, see how you guys do. So first off, Radigan, give me an animal handling check to see if you can calm these horses.
Okay, and everyone will note that the goggles are on. So let's attempt to. 10.
The goggles do nothing.
The goggles do something.
A 10. Yeah, it takes you a few minutes, but you do manage to untangle them, and eventually you do calm them down to a state where you'd be able to get them hooked back up to the wagon. Who wants to try and right the wagon? Get it back up.
Duma will, obviously, Duma would be the one to do that. What are
Okay.
you going to do? Athletics?
That is a strength athletics check to try and right the wagon.
Duma.
Duma, Duma.
Duma has bardic inspiration.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, I forgot. I mean, the 15 minutes didn't pass. What is it, 1d6?
It's a d6.
Give me a good one, give me a good one, give me a good one.
Oh,
14.
you know what? I see Steven's little icon flashing in. Are you back?
No, I'm here.
All right. You got the
14 in total.
14, but you strain and you strain, but you just cannot get it righted. It sort of falls down and delays you by about 5 minutes. In order for you guys, then a bunch of you are going to have to sort of help work together and get it up.
By the way, Regis, you got the final kill on that one.
Oh, did I? Okay. But I'm not there though. I hitched a ride with Helda's group.
Oh, he's running!
Yeah, I'm not into manual labor, folks.
Fair enough. He is a thief. Okay. So I have a block and tackle. I can probably use that. I believe it lets you lift 4 times your normal lifting power, and I have no idea where.
You can attach it to the trunk of the tree. Use it as a pulley. You will pull this way, and Gus will explain the pulley to him.
Thank you. I am an artificer after all, and I'm not sure if you even know what that means. And that would be a strength roll, but I.
What a shitty thing to say.
You guys are able to right the wagon. It just takes you about 5 minutes and sort of slows you guys down. To reload all the fallen crates or to start sort of finding and recollecting the crates' contents, Ezekiel, give me an intelligence check, as you were the one who was starting to collect all the crates.
Just straight intelligence?
Yes.
No investigation? All right.
You can...
Oh my god. So apparently the curse of the great Ezekiel has gone from ending games to just sub 5 rolls.
It's a good thing I'm playing a support class.
Look, do you want me to help you out with that?
No, to help with the cart. I got this. There's half a crate.
Oh my god. All right. So how long does this delay?
All right. So with that, I mean, you guys still need to repair the wagon. So with that, Gus, give me a. I guess this would be your chance to use your tools. So give me that skill check, please. Oh yeah, 21 easily. You are quickly able to use your coopering skills and get the wheels and everything rolling.
Rod A goes into slot B, if you know what I'm saying.
Didn't you go into
That's an
slot A?
axle, not a rod.
That was
That was
horrible.
yeah.
That
All right.
was horrible.
And Jalkin, what are you doing to assist?
Help me find these
Um,
crates. I cannot find a single one. The snow is too deep.
To assist, I would like to keep a watch out for more wolves.
All right, give me a perception check.
I wish he was looking for cats.
And I am going to throw the inspiration onto that because why not? So 9.
9. Yeah, you scour the landscape. You do not pick anything up. The sun is just sort of glinting and refracting off of things. You are unable to make out any sort of friend or foe movement. Everything you see just seems like it could be dangerous. All right. And with that, you guys have now taken about 15 minutes to get everything going, and you need to make one sort of final push. So give me either a group charisma check to convince Aldo to leave some of the stuff behind, or you guys can attempt a group intelligence check to collect everything and dig through the snow and find everything.
Okay, so a group intelligence check. Is
Yes.
that just
Only
one
for the
person?
people. Only for the people that are left, that are there.
Yeah, I am. I'm hired to get this man and his goods to their destination. So I'll be doing that.
All right, I will be same. We may need to hunker down. We can keep warm for quite some time. I have skis for mine, and maybe we can craft some skis for his if we wait for the snow to stop.
I don't think it's an intelligence save.
Whoops.
Yeah, it's not a save.
Hit the wrong button.
All right,
You
I
guys
guess I
are
will do
motherfuckers.
intelligence as well.
I rolled a 23, motherfucker.
Ian, you rolled an intelligence check. Steph
Yeah,
rolled a save.
Don't
Yeah,
expect
Steph made a save.
Oh.
I'll accept that. I mean, you guys have rolled well enough that I'm going to say that, yeah, you are able. Duma starts actually putting things back in the snow, and so does Gus, and taking things off the cart because they keep thinking they can sort of rearrange everything better. But overall, the group does manage to collect most everything. And Ezekiel, give me an investigation check.
Look for my dagger.
Yes.
18.
You find your dagger. So
Thank God.
with that,
With gold on this.
you guys have, in just under 20 minutes, managed to right the wagon, get everything built up and stacked up, and you are able to make your way, and you start to even catch up with the caravan, you think. And finally, you see before you the gates of Bryn Shander. And as you get closer, the snow begins to fall more heavily, and the wind resumes its sort of plaintive moan. You guys see the teams ahead of you struggling to pull their loads through the growing drifts of snow while the sky above darkens. And finally, the lead wagons begin to ascend one of the hillsides, and the broad walls of Bryn Shander come into view. A guard from the tower hails your company, and as the gates swing open, the caravan lets out a ragged cheer. Slowly, your wagons begin to file through, with the drivers in the back calling out impatiently to those in front of you. And those of you with Aldo, you guys are moving ahead, and you're pushing your team hard through this growing snow, desperate to reach Bryn Shander before nightfall. And
The
Finally.
dogs on the horizon.
yeah, finally, through the growing gloom, you see the walls of Bryn Shander rising above you, and the tail end of the caravan's wagon train sneaking and snaking up the hill into the gates. Carried on the wind, you can hear the calls of impatient wagon drivers waiting to enter the town. When suddenly, monstrous figures appear from a storm and rush towards the wagons, and the drivers' calls give way to desperate shouts and muffled screams. The caravan is under attack. And that is where we will leave it for the night.
Oh! With that, I would like to thank ZLT from Superfan for talking into chat, along with Soylent Plaid. I'm not sure if anyone else joined us in the chat this I don't know.
Some guy I don't like. I think he's like from some place in some faraway area.
I would also like to thank Apricot, Troop Fruit, Commander Root, Electrical Longboard, Jodya Leet, Polize, Party Wipe Games, Rondo Bun, and Slow Cool for joining us this evening. If you enjoyed this session, please consider joining our Heroes Wanted Discord for more pickup games coming soon. And we will also be launching a Patreon in the next few days if Patreon approves it before the deadline. With that, we will see you next Sunday for Embers of the Last War redo. Or if not, we will see you. We're playing Rendelion next weekend, right, Lauren?
We are, yes, as the party has chosen to enter into a aforementioned unknown cave system. So watch everyone go spelunking.
Ooh, we'll see you then. And also considering donating to Extra Life, also in the doobly-doo, and down below. Have a nice night, everyone. Bye-bye.
Who got rid of my picture of